the Enhanced 911 Board meeting. Today's date is Thursday, December 14th, 2023. Time now is 10:37 hours. Do we have public notice, Royce?
Yes.
Thank you. Announcement, public testimony will be taken on all agenda items as those items occurred during the meeting. Next item, roll call, please, Royce.
Right. Starting off, Nani is still here. Thalia, are you still here? She is.
Yes, Roy, sorry.
No, you're good. Thank you. Stephen Courtney is still here. Franny, are you still here?
Present,
Franny
I'm
Chun.
still here.
Thank you. Diana Chun.
She's not here today.
Okay, thank you. Stacy Domingo.
Still here.
Thank you. I still see Robert. Robert is on. Liz is also on. Wayne, are you still here? Wayne Hirasa. Stella, are you still here?
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you. Everett Kanashi, are you?
Yeah, I'm still here. Thanks.
Thank you. Lonnie's here. Captain Kurihara is here. Todd Omura is here. Glenn, are you here? Glenn Kubashigawa?
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you, Glenn. Sean Kuratani?
Still here, Royce. Thanks.
Thank you. Alon, are you still here? Alon Leong?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Let's see, Rebecca is still here. Reed is also here. Lauren Okamura?
Here.
Thank you. Greg Okamoto?
Here.
Thank you. Ariel Ramos?
Here, thank you.
Thank you. Stevie is still here. Tony Ramirez is still here. Tony, you still here?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Corey is also still here. I see him. Valerie Taylor. Kennison, are you still here? Tony Velasco, you still here? Tony?
Yep. Yeah, here. Thanks, Royce.
Thank you. And all right, guys, give me 1 second. All right, we have quorum for the board, Kalani.
Thank you, Royce. Okay, moving on. Next item, review and approval of November's meeting minutes. If you haven't done so already, just take a couple minutes to look over the minutes, and I'm open to a motion to approve.
Yeah, this is Stephen Courtney. I make the motion to approve the November meeting minutes.
Thank you, Stephen. Can I get a second?
This is Rebecca. I'll second.
Thank you, Rebecca. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor of the motion to approve the meeting minutes, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Committee updates by committee chairs. Communications committee, anything further?
Nothing more to add, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Technical committee.
Nothing further to add, sir.
Thank you. Finance committee, Royce.
Nothing further.
Thank you. Public safety answering point status updates. Fire police department, anything further?
I did want to add that we have several dispatchers who still work within the department, and they have agreed for the times that we're short to help out in dispatch as well. But that's all I have to add.
Thank you. I did want to add to that our current vacancy rate at the end of this year is going to be 50% vacancy is looking like. So taking a beating over there. Thank you. Honolulu Police Department.
Nothing further, sir.
Thank you. Honolulu Fire Department.
Nothing further to add, Chair.
Thank you. Oahu EMS.
Nothing further.
Thank you. Maui Police Department.
Nothing more, sir, for both Maui and Molokai. Thank you.
You. Hawaii Police Department.
Nothing further, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. And Hawaii Fire Department.
Nothing further to add. Thank you.
Thank you. Executive Director's Report. Royce, is all you.
Hey guys, finally closed the First Hawaiian bank account as of November 27th. November 29th, I deposited the closing funds from the account, so transition is completely finished. So next up, we're gonna start looking at trying to get on that new system. So I did send an email out to all the agencies about setting up the ACH deposits. Still waiting to hear back from one or two agencies if that form was okay. I know there are some concerns about the one that I previously sent out, so I apologize for that. Next up, I wanted to request $650 to purchase a work cell phone and service. I already went through the process using SPO's price list, so I did select AT&T. So thank you, Liz. So Liz is going to be helping me out with that, but just wanted to get approval. That's to purchase the phone and the annual service for 1 year. And that's all I got.
Thank you, Royce. Thanks for keeping those projects on track.
No, thank you guys.
Next item, items for discussion, consideration, and action. 911 timeline update. Please keep your status reports flowing to Tony at VSC. Next item is the
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Sir, this is Tony. If I could just take 2 minutes time to explain what Battalion Chief Kuratani was talking about when we had our meeting with Hawaiian Telcom.
Sure.
I think I just wanted to have the board members be aware of what it was that was brought up with Hawaiian Telcom during that meeting. Royce, is it okay if I share my screen?
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Okay. Let me know when you can see it.
Yeah, you're good, Tony.
Okay. So when we were talking to the nice woman from Hawaiian Telcom, she was telling us about the tariff and how it's prepared. So the question that I asked was if the tariff was prepared with 94-102 in consideration, which actually breaks everything out. And this was the King County determination, okay, from the FCC order, docket 94-102. And the actual document is the FCC 02-146. And this is the charges as allocated by the FCC. And this is for the board members to be aware. It basically said that the mobile providers were responsible for all cost from the MSC, from the mobile switching center to the selective router. They were responsible for all that. And the PSAPs were responsible for all costs for maintaining or upgrading the selective router. And the to upgrade the selective router, the trunks, and for maintaining the ALI database and the PSAP customer premise equipment, which is the CAD systems, the RMS, all of that, those systems. So this is what the FCC came out and said. Then under the state of Hawaii tariff, or under the PUC, under 269-16-95, the PUC is identifying cost rate making for the wireline telephone service. For the mobile service, it says enhanced 911 services, you got to see chapter 138 for those costs. So when we actually sat down and we're talking about the rate making, I brought it up and I brought up that under Article 138-4, the surcharge, it says that the only rate that was being or should be charged for wireless was the 66 cents. Okay, there's nothing in here about a rate to the PSAPs. In fact, it prevents charges to government agencies, the PSAP being a government agency. So these were the questions that I was asking, and they're supposed to provide an answer. So I just wanted to let the board be aware that these were the questions that I was asking. Okay. Any questions regarding that? And if not, Royce, I'm going to stop sharing my screen at this point.
Thanks for the clarification, Tony. This is a Sean.
Thank you, Sean. I just wanted the board to be aware that those were the questions and those were the documents that I used when I was asking my questions. I just wasn't making it up. So.
Hey, Tony, it's Davelyn.
Yes, ma'am.
So what, we get reimbursement?
That's a question between the PSAPs and Hawaiian Telcom. I'd like to answer, but I can't. I don't know.
I just thought I'd throw it out there. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, this is Stephen Courtney. In regards to the surcharge, so it's limited to 66 cents. And I guess, but how long has that been in effect? You know?
It's been in effect since 2004 is when the original Chapter 138 was written.
Okay. Because I guess I was wondering whether or not over time, I mean, the surcharge should increase.
It could have, but the surcharge, my opinion is that the surcharge should have been increased because we have upgraded the existing, when the initial system was put in, the wireless system, we have upgraded that system itself 3 times. When we put in text to 911, when we went to wireless phase 2, and then when we actually went to the Entrado system, because we used to be on CML. So there's been several upgrades and updates to the E911 system. So yeah, to answer your question, sir, that there should have been some considerations, but then there should also have been no cross subsidy. In other words, the tariff rate for the wireline services should not be taking into consideration what's being charged for wireless or for VoIP services.
Mm-hmm.
And the VoIP and wireless are both covered under Chapter 138 for the E911. And it also precludes the 27 cents being collected for wireline. It basically says that that's a cash and keep for Hawaiian Telcom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does that answer your question, sir?
Yes.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Tony. Thanks for sharing that.
Yes, sir.
Look forward to that report. Let's see. Next item is the strategic budget plan preparation discussion. Wanted to start this discussion sooner than we normally do. Normally, for those that have been on the board in the past, we would start this discussion somewhere in like March or April and end up prepping and being closer to making a vote somewhere around June or July. but wanted to start this discussion this year, knowing where we ended up last year when we approved the budget for FY24. Back then, we had already identified that based on the proposals and projections for FY25, that we were looking at a deficit, if we stayed with those proposed amounts, of approximately $455,476. So part of the discussion I wanted to have was, we'll start this early, knowing that all of the PSAPs are going to really have to take a hard look at your budgets, operational and training, and look at where we're going to cut some costs. And for Hawaii Police Department and probably the rest of the state right now, we're right in the middle of budget preparations for FY25. So I wanted to be able to take a look at what potential needs that wouldn't be covered by the board that I could take over and propose as an ask to the county general fund. So I'm hoping that all the other counties are kind of in the same position, where take a look at your budget, and if you and you see that, hey, you're going to have to cut this from the 911, potentially you could go and ask on the general fund side for to pay for whatever it is expenses that you're thinking that we're going to have to cut on the E911 side. So that's why this is coming up sooner and deviating from how we normally do business. So Royce, if he hasn't already sent it out, he's going to be sending out the Excel spreadsheets for us to all start our preparations. And wanted to just put some guidelines in place. The target number for cuts is going to be that 455,476. If we take that down from what we had listed last year, that will leave us with a really, really small reserve of just over $35,000. So it's going to be tough. I think the next year, in speaking in Royce, is going to be really, really tight for the board. And the main part of the main reason for that is because we have that amount in there for moving to NG911, and those numbers, because we just don't know where they're at. We really need to try and hold on to that and encumber it, and keep it so that when that time comes and when we're ready to make those moves, we have those funds in place. So that's the number, and Royce will document all of this, but the target date for submittals back into Roy, I'm asking that if we can get everything to Royce by January 31st. And then what we'll do is I'll work with Royce, we'll put everything together, and then we'll make it ready so that we can discuss at the February meeting. And then hopefully, if we can work everything out, maybe sometime in March or April, we can be prepared to either have more discussions or potentially do a vote to get our budget in place. One of the things that I spoke with Royce, I spoke with Corey, and I spoke with Thalia about is taking a look at where do we cut. We won't tell the PSAP where to cut, but the recommendations coming from us is to take a look at what your needs are and your wants, and really look at your training budget. I mean, the training budget is really a nice to have. But if we took down all of what is in proposed for training, I think the total amount, if I understand this correctly, for training right now is $490,491. And if we subtract that 455 out of that, we will have a $35,000, just over $35,000 reserve. think that is it. Corey, did I miss anything?
No, I think that's correct. So yeah, it's going to be up to you folks to look at and decide. But that was the one obvious place to tighten the belt. But if you guys find other opportunities, please share that with your other the other counties, and we'll work through it together. I think. But
Thank you, Corey, for covering. Any further discussion, questions that we can take, answer? Hearing none. Royce, if you can push out those worksheets, and we'll start working on them.
Yep, will do. I'll do it right after the meeting.
Thank you, sir. Next item is Maui Police Department's request for $4,500 for additional personnel to attend 911 Goes to Washington on February 25th to 28th, 2024. Can we get a motion to approve?
This Reed, motion to approve.
Thank you, Reed. Can I get a second?
This is Rebecca. I'll second.
Thank you, Rebecca. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Yeah, aye.
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 Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Let's see. Next item is the executive director's request for $650 to purchase a work cell phone and the related cell phone service. Can I get a motion to approve that?
I'll make a motion to approve the cell phone for executive director.
Thank you, Corey. Can I get a second?
I'll second, Greg.
Thank you. Any further discussion on this item? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Yeah.
Aye. Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Any additional items proposed by meeting attendees? Hearing none, moving forward. Announcements. Future virtual meeting dates and times. Thursday, January 11, 2024 is a combined meeting. Future conference dates. 911 Goes to Washington, February 25th to 28th, 2024. INA conference, June 28th to July 3rd, 2024. APCO conference, August 4th to August 7th, 2024. Any additional announcements from meeting attendees? Hearing none. Moving forward. Announcement, open forum, public comment on issues not on the board agenda. Hearing none. Last item is adjournment, but I just wanted to make a quick comment. If Everett's still on, just wanted to mention, Everett, thank you very much for all that you've done for the board and your service to the board and the community over the years. You've provided so much great guidance for us. And I appreciate you when you explain things for someone like me at my level. I can understand and comprehend that. So I appreciate that. Wishing you the best. And wherever your future takes you, Everett, appreciate you and look forward to catching up with you in the future. Take care, Everett, my friend.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Chair. I really appreciate that.
Last item is adjournment. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion to adjourn. This is Rebecca.
Thank you, Rebecca. Can we get a second?
This is Liz. I second.
Thank you, Liz. All in favor of the motion to adjourn this meeting, say aye.
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 Bye. Happy holidays.
Any opposed? Hearing none. Motion carries. Happy holidays. Have a
Merry
great
Christmas.
day. Be safe.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Happy holidays.
Thank you.
Everybody.